If you are going to be real, if you are going to be honest, if you are going to be authentic, you are going to trigger the matrix defense system. If you're going to be you, you don't do things the way that other people do things. You don't participate in the silly games that other people are participating in. You're going to be yourself. You're going to accept yourself as you are and allow yourself to grow instead of neglecting yourself and becoming what society wants you to be. You are going to trigger the matrix defense system. The matrix has to defend itself. Why shouldn't it? Some people believe that they are being targeted because the matrix is actually trying to defend itself. You are real. You feel like everywhere you go, it's like everyone wants to know what is going on in your life. Everyone wants to make you feel insecure. Everyone is against you. Weird things always happen to you. The matrix is trying to defend itself. You are supposed to think, hey, there's something wrong with me. That is why the world is responding the way that it is responding. This matrix is afraid of truth. This matrix is afraid of authenticity. Remember, all of this was built on lies. It's not real. None of it is real. I mean, think of it this way. If you had a friend who was fake, this friend of yours is fake, they're not real. When you approach them with truth, they're going to gaslight you. They're going to make you think that you're crazy. Let's say they were manipulating you to get something from you, and you tell them that, oh, this is how I feel. Like, oh, you crazy, you paranoid. No, you're not. The matrix has to make you feel insecure. That's the only way for it to defend itself. It has to make you feel insecure. It has to make you feel like you're crazy. That is why you are different. It doesn't matter how right you are. It has conditioned people to feel as if people who are real, people who are honest, are crazy. It has conditioned people to feel like people who are real, people who are honest, are paranoid. It is conditioned to feel like people who are real, people who are honest, are not living life the way that they should be living life. How do people criticize me on this channel? Do you really think that the people who criticize me are able to disprove the things that I'm saying on this channel? Or they are going to say, you're paranoid. You're focusing on the negative things that are happening in the world. You are weak. They will never try to debate what I'm really saying. That will never happen. People will never try to debate what I'm actually saying. They will just try to make me feel insecure. They will just try to make me feel like the reason why I'm saying this thing that I'm saying is because I'm not strong enough. I don't work hard enough. I'm not focusing on the things that I should be focusing on. That is the reason why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. If I was focusing on the things that I should be focusing on, I wouldn't even be thinking about the things that I'm thinking. The matrix has conditioned people to think that people who actually speak the truth have issues. You are speaking the truth because you have issues. You're speaking the truth because there is something wrong with you. I mean, you wouldn't be saying the thing that you're saying if there was nothing wrong with you. So you're saying the things that you're saying because there's something wrong with you. If you're going to be real, if you're going to be yourself, you're going to trigger the matrix defense system. And you must brace yourself. Trust me, if you're going to be real in any situation, people will gaslight you. It is impossible for you to be real and speak the truth and no one tries to gaslight you. Like it's just impossible. In any situation where you are going to speak the truth, people will gaslight you. That is how it works. In any situation. I've given you a very simple example. I remember in 2019, 2020, there was this lady, she's a gospel artist. Before I upload this video, I'm going to try to do a little bit of research about her. Maybe I will find a name. And I'm gonna make sure that I write a name so that you guys or maybe I'll link the video so that you guys will be able to watch the video. But this lady, she became very angry at some point because of what was happening at a church. She's like a famous gospel singer. She became angry and went live on her Instagram and started talking shit about a pastor because she knew it was fake.
The church and Christianity is the only place you can get robbed and nobody call the police.
There's a reason why I don't ask for money, all right? I was having a conversation with someone online. They were like, hey, why don't you ask for people to donate on your channel? I'll be like, why? It ought to be like, here's the thing, and here's what I like about you guys. You guys just donate. Like, people just donate. I've never been saying people should donate. They just donate because they see that what I'm saying is real. It ought to be, and that's beautiful. I didn't even think that people would donate without me asking people to donate. Like every month since I've actually monetized this channel, people have been donating without me saying, hey, please donate on this channel. Because that's not why I'm making these videos. I'm not making these videos because I want people to donate. I'm making these videos because there is something that I understand that I think a lot of people do not understand. And I want to connect with the people who understand what I understand, because this world, this matrix has always been against this level of understanding. So the people who understand what I understand have always felt alone. This ain't about not being able to do things right, not being able to fit in. I mean, yeah, of course, you're not really going to fit in if you are that real, or not being able to like function. Like, it has to do with the truth that you understand. Like, you understand something that a lot of people do not understand, and that makes it hard for you to kind of like fit in perfectly. Even if people accept you, you still going to feel like something is off, and it's not going to be easy for you to uh, do things the way that other people are doing things. You still want to be like, ah, man, I want to be me, because this is not making sense to me. And I know that if you're going to be you, there are challenges that you're going to face. I know that if you're going to be you, there will be a lot of people who will make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Especially if you're young. Like, if you're still young, you're still a teenager, or in your early 20s, trust me, there will be a lot of people who will make you feel like there's something wrong with you. The mistake that a lot of conscious people make is that, well, they believe them. But, oh, there's something wrong with me, that's why I think the way that I'm thinking. Instead of trying to be more of what they are. So they tell themselves that, you know what, I need to be what society says I should be. I should just be like everyone else. But that won't really work very well for you. You will still feel alone. Trust me. Even if you're going to live like everyone else, you still feel alone. Even if you're going to succeed in this world, if you're not authentic, you're still going to feel alone. Trust me, if you're going to be authentic, you're not going to feel alone even when you're alone. I want people to understand that, listen, if you're going to be you, if you're going to stand in your truth, you're not going to feel alone even when you are completely alone. I mean, there's no one who is talking to you. There's no one in your life that that really cares about you and that's checking up on you. You are completely alone. If you're going to be real, you're not going to feel alone. You're going to feel whole. The problem is that we feel like we must change ourselves. Right? You feel like you must change yourself. So what happens is that because you're trying to change yourself, you're trying to be like everyone else, you lose part of yourselves. You lose part of yourself, right? And when you lose part of yourself, you're not going to feel whole. So even when you are with other people, even if it seems like they are embracing you, you're still going to feel alone. But if you're going to be like, okay, this is who I am. If the world doesn't accept me as I am, it is fine. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be authentic. You're going to feel whole. So even when there's no one in your life, you still feel whole. You might say, I feel alone. I feel lonely. No, the problem is that you are still afraid to be truly authentic. That's the real problem. You are still afraid to be truly. When I say you're afraid to be truly authentic, I mean, you still feel like the people who have made you feel like there is something wrong with you are right. That's what I mean. You still feel like, man, but I should have been like this person. I should have been like other people. You are ashamed of who you are. You don't accept yourself as you are. So what happens? You don't feel whole because you're not accepting some aspects of yourself. You only feel whole when you truly accept every aspect of yourself. It doesn't matter how society made you feel about some aspect of yourself. You accept every aspect of yourself, like completely. If you do that, if you find a way to do that, I'm telling you, you're going to feel whole even when you're real. You never be lonely. Like, tell you the truth, I'm never lonely. There isn't a video where I said where I talked about being lonely. I'm never lonely, but I've made videos talking about being alone. Like, I'm alone most of the time, but I'm never lonely. I'm never lonely because I've accepted almost every aspect of myself, and I think I'm accepting. I'm learning to accept some aspect of myself that I wasn't able to accept. But a lot of people are unable to accept the aspects of themselves that have been rejected by society. That's the problem. If society tells you that, oh no, this is messed up, you're like, okay, I'm gonna reject that. Oh, this is messed up, I'm gonna reject that. What do you think is gonna happen? You're not gonna feel whole. You need to accept every aspect of yourself and try to understand every aspect of yourself. That's when you become powerful, because this matrix doesn't want you to be you. It wants you to be like everyone else. It wants you to be like the people that it has fooled. Remember, the reason why you are watching this video is because you are able to understand what I'm saying. How are you able to understand what I'm saying? You're able to understand what I'm saying because you already think the way that I think. It means that you know that there is something wrong with this matrix, with this realm that we're in. There is something wrong with the way people are doing things. You are able to understand that there's something wrong with this matrix. There's something wrong with the way that people are doing things because you are more conscious than a lot of people. What you have done was like limit yourself, try to be like other people. But there's still a part of you that's like, but this is bullshit, this is garbage. You see, you've rejected a lot of aspects of you, many aspects of you, in order to fit in. But you still sense that, something isn't right. So you are able to understand what I'm saying because you're already very conscious. You are more conscious than the people who have been fooled. But you're trying to be like the people who have been fooled. You listen to the people who have been fooled. They tell you that, no, you're negative, you're negative. No, you're not negative. You see what is actually wrong with our society. They don't see that. They're not as conscious as you are. It is impossible for them to understand what you understand. Like, it's complete. Even if you try to explain to them, they're going to sense that you are vibrating much higher than them. Let me tell you this truth. If you are right, people would sense that you're right. But they will know that they can't operate at a level of consciousness, so they'll try to drag you to their level so that you be like them. Why? Well, that's what people do. They will try to drag you to their level if they feel like you are higher than them. That's how it always happens. So you need to accept yourself as you are. Authenticity is a superpower. Not every person in this world can actually be authentic. Some people are so damn unconscious that they can't even be themselves. You understand what I'm saying to you? People are not operating at the same level of awareness. Some people are so damn unconscious that they can be manipulated in so many different ways. You are conscious. So you need to accept yourself as you are. Accept every aspect of yourself. You don't need to be around people to feel whole. You don't need to be accepted by other people to feel whole. You just need to be yourself. Realize that we are in a world that doesn't really allow people to thrive and reach their full potential. In this realm, the people who are on top just want to use the people who are at the bottom. That's how it works. And that's how it even happens, even on a spiritual level. There are beings that are trying to manipulate everyone in this realm. Like the beings that we do not see, that are trying to manipulate us, that are trying to make us do the things that they want us to do by manipulating us, because we don't want to do these things. Naturally, we don't want to do these things. But these beings are trying to make us do these things. because they want energy from us. That's the only way that they can get energy from us. They know that they can't communicate with us on a level that would actually want to communicate with them, because if they communicated with us, we'll see that something is off. We'll see that now these beings don't care about us, so they have to manipulate it. That's why people who are religious are not able to like see when they're being manipulated, it's because these beings have been manipulating them so much that they've had to reject almost every aspect of themselves, so they can't see when they're being manipulated. I remember I was having a conversation like a week ago with this Christian. She believes so much in Christianity. When pastors pray for her, she falls down and starts saying things. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when demons are like manifesting, you know, like when a pastor prays for someone and demons start to manifest, she should say things, crazy things. And I would tell her that the problem is that you have given your power away so much that these beings are able to use you however they want to use you, because that shouldn't happen. If you are conscious, if a pastor prays for you, you shouldn't fall down and start saying things. It means that there are beings that have power over you. If you are authentic, that won't happen. These beings ain't going to be able to control you like that. These beings are going to control other people. They're going to make other people treat you in a way that will make you feel insecure, and you're going to believe that there's something wrong with you. That is why other people are treating you this way. These beings will even make it easy for other people to succeed, to prosper, so that you'll believe that you need to believe in what they believe in so that you'll prosper. I've had a lot of Christians saying, oh, I'm successful because of this, and I'll communicate with them and I see that something is wrong. I've communicated with a lot of Christians who are very successful, and I realize that something is wrong. And I'm not just talking about them not understanding what I'm saying, but you just see that, no, this person is no longer themselves. I've known this person before they became a Christian, and they were real, they were hardcore, they stood for, like, there was some truth in what they would say. You know, they were kind of like authentic, even if they weren't as authentic as I was, but there was something about them that kind of like, you know, made me want to connect with them. But now I can see that whatever I liked about them is totally gone. Like, they're no longer themselves. It's almost as if there is some entity that entered them and it was able to control them. I remember there's this movie recap that I've watched. It's just that I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was about these aliens that were able to take over our minds, like, as people. So they were able to take over, to take over the minds of people, and they were able to control them. So the person would still be conscious, but they wouldn't be able to control their body. But there was this girl, she was so damn conscious that even when the aliens tried to take over her mind, they weren't really able to. I think some people are so damn unconscious, they allow entities that don't like really live in our reality to control them, to take over their minds. If they can't take over their mind, your mind, they have to make you submit. They have to make you believe that you are not on the right path. They have to manipulate you. Like, no, you're not on the right path. That is why your life is hard. It's because you're not on the right path. They have to make it hard for you to be you. They have to make things hard for you. That is why some of y'all feel like no matter what you try to do, things just don't work out. And you feel like some people don't have to try hard for things to work out for them. That's because there are entities in this realm that are trying to make sure that you suffer so that you will start to change and be like everyone else, because that's what they want. What I'm saying to you is that become more of who you are. When you become more of who you are, you're definitely going to feel much better. You're going to feel much stronger, and you realize how right you've been all along. You realize that you were vibrating at a very high frequency all along. You've suffered a lot because you didn't know that about yourself. Like when you were young, you didn't know you were vibrating at a high frequency. Other kids didn't understand you, but you weren't conscious enough to realize that, the reason why they don't understand me is because I'm vibrating at a much higher frequency. The matrix is fighting against me because I'm vibrating at a much higher frequency, and it knows that it can't control me, so it's trying to bring my energy down so that it will be able to control me. You see? That's how it works. That is how it has always worked. That is why if you tell someone the truth and they try to gaslight you, you feel a bit insecure. I mean, unless you reach high levels of consciousness where you realize what is actually going on. But if you're still growing, if you're still working on becoming more conscious, you're going to feel a bit insecure when someone tells you that, I think there's something wrong with you. That's why you think this way. Oh, you're too negative. That is why your life is like this. That's why your life is like that. You feel a bit insecure, right? That's how the matrix attacks you. It needs to get to a point where no matter what other people say, it doesn't really matter. You're too damn conscious. You understand what is going on. You understand how you're being manipulated. You understand how you're being lied to. You understand how you're being controlled. So you're like, it doesn't matter. Make me think that I'm crazy. It's fine. I will embrace my madness. Like, I'm not going to be like, I gotta change and just be like everyone else. If I think that there's something wrong with the world, I have to trust myself. I have to trust myself because I'm experiencing life from my perspective. If I feel like other people are not conscious enough to see things the way that I see things, I have to trust myself. I shouldn't be like, no, just because other people are unconscious, I should just be unconscious as well so that I'll fit in, so that life will be the way that it is for other people. Like, I won't really deal with a lot of challenges, a lot of things that normal people don't go through. Nah, be you, even if you're going through hell, because there's no other way for you to free yourself. If you're not going to be authentic, you're not freeing yourself. I've told you that to free yourself, you need to be authentic. You need to be able to detach yourself. That's also very important. And you need to understand that there's something wrong with this realm, so there's no need for you to be bringing more conscious beings here. To be honest with you, there's no need. You don't have to be bringing a lot of conscious people here. So you need to be yourself. You need to be authentic. You need to be able to speak your truth, even if it means that other people are going to judge you, even if it means that other people are not going to like you, even if it means that other people are not going to understand you. You need to be yourself. You need to understand yourself so much that you are not afraid to be yourself, even if other people do not accept you. As long as other people are controlling you by judging you, by making you feel like you're not on the right path, by making you feel like a failure, by making you feel like you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you suffer a lot. You won't be able to vibrate at the frequency that you need to vibrate on, because you are allowing other people to make you feel insecure, to make you feel uh, like you are not strong enough, you're not good enough, you're not on the right path. Even though you are on the right path, even though you're strong enough, even though you're real enough, even though you're like sane enough. See, what a lot of people don't realize is that the way that we are being forced to be as a society is actually making us insane. Like a lot of people are not as sane as they should be. Like people have been brainwashed so much that they're not as sane as they should be. You need to be so sane that you see the truth in every situation. You need to be so sane that you see the truth in every situation. I don't care how you're being manipulated. You have to see the truth. You have to see things as they really are. Because you are being shown lies every single day. Like, become an unbeliever. Is what I'm saying. Like, when you're being shown lies, become an unbeliever. Like, rather believe in yourself so much that you trust your own way of thinking than to trust what you are being shown by the world, or what you are being forced to believe in by the world. I remember today I had a conversation with someone that I stay with. Like, no, like we don't like stay together, but I mean, like, they stay where I stay. So yeah, I was having a conversation with them about Christianity. I was like, how is it so impossible for you to see that there is something wrong with that religion? Like, they are telling you that you must believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you're gonna go to hell. Doesn't that seem wrong to you? Why should you go to hell? If God is the creator of everything, doesn't he have the power to free you, even if you don't love him, even if you don't worship him? He's just realized that, well, you just don't love him. Doesn't he have the power to free you? So he's so damn insecure that he wants to force people into following him, even if they don't agree with him. Shouldn't he show us who he is, and we decide whether we want to follow him or not, whether we think he makes sense or not? He needs to try to convince us that he's real by showing us who he is and what he stands for and why he stands for what he stands for, instead of forcing people to listen to him just because he's God. Like, we're conscious. We need to be shown that the path that we are following is the right path to follow. We are being what we're supposed to be. We live in a world where we are being lied to so much that it doesn't make sense to believe in a book that was written by a human. There is no God that came to us and actually confirmed to us that, yeah, we actually need to follow him. No. It's just humans. So why should we trust a human being if we know that human beings lie? Human beings are very manipulative. In fact, the humans who become very successful in the world are humans who are not real. These are the humans who are manipulative, humans who do not speak the truth, humans who are not willing to be open, who are not willing to be vulnerable to show us their truth. The reason why they're not willing to be vulnerable is because, well, they're not real. If they're going to be vulnerable, we're going to see that, oh, this person was fake all along. So they're not willing to show us that they're actually right. They're not willing to express themselves as honestly as possible to show us that they're actually right. So they would rather force us to be what they want us to be, because they want to control us. That's the problem. But we need to realize that if we were in a world that was good for us, people will then be suffering from depression, people will then be suffering from anxiety. People will truly enjoy being here. They wouldn't be forced to lie about how happy they are. They'll just be real because they are actually happy. But people lie, bro. That's what you must realize. Like, people lie a lot about how they're feeling. It's like you are not supposed to be real. You're not supposed to be honest about how you feel, because you don't feel how the world is saying you must feel. You're not feeling how the world is saying you must feel. I'm a bit distracted because I'm trying to fix my DJI Pocket. Something is kind of wrong, so that's why I'm distracted. But yeah, you're not supposed to be real, man. You're not, they don't want you to be real. You've been trained since you were little to not be real. You don't even know how to be real, how it feels like to be real, how it feels like to be authentic, because you've never been authentic. You've never been yourself, so you don't know how it feels like to be yourself. You see the problem? You've never been yourself, so you don't know how it feels like to be yourself. You are so used to being fake that actually feels right to you. You are so used to being fake that feels right. And society doesn't really care if you're going, you are fake, even if it sees that you're fake. Society isn't going to care. But if you're going to be real, society is going to care. I think soon I'll buy the Pocket 3. There's something wrong with this, something seriously wrong with this. It's fine. I'm going to pause the video, stop the video, and because I'm trying to flip the screen, but I can't because the buttons do not work. Or you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to. I would have to try to fix it actually. I have to try to fix it. But for now, I'm just going to pause the video and stop the video actually and start recording again. All right. I fixed the problem temporarily. But yeah, I'll need to fix this thing because it still works fine. The problem is just some buttons, they're not really working. They're important because sometimes I'll need to flip the screen, sometimes I'll need to pause the recording. The good thing is that I can use those to stop the recording or start the recording. I can use the external mic. But I've been using this thing for over a year, so I understand why it has some problems. But it's not like some really big, like it's not really big problems. But I actually would like to buy the DJI Pocket 3 soon. Plus I can actually use it to like go live. The DJI Pocket 2, like with the DJI Pocket 2, it's not easy to go live. But yeah, man, try your best to be as authentic as possible. And realize that if you're going to be authentic, people will be against you. There's no way around that. People will be against you because they have been trained to be against those who are authentic. So the matrix will use these people to make you feel insecure, because everyone has been trained to make people who are real, who are authentic, to feel insecure, because the only way to truly free yourself from the matrix is to be real, because you've been lied to, you've been living a lie, you've been forced to live a lie. So if you're going to live a lie, of course you're not going to be able to free yourself from the matrix. But if you're going to be real, if you're going to stand for the truth, it will be easy for you to free yourself, because all of this is not real. Like they gave you religion. If you are not real enough, if you're not authentic enough, you're not going to be able to realize that, oh, this is just another trap. But if you are real, if you are authentic, if you want the truth, if your heart truly desires truth, you'll see that, nah, I'm being lied to, I'm being manipulated, so you still want to free yourself. You're not going to be like, oh, I found truth now, I found Jesus now. All the people who have found Jesus, they don't really want the truth. All the people who have found Jesus, trust me, they don't want the truth. They actually believe in a religion that was forced on people. They believe in a religion that make people feel like sinners for being people. You're born into this world as a sinner, so you must accept Jesus as your Lord, as your Savior. He's gonna save you. That doesn't make sense. Why does God create sinners? It means that if I decided that I'm going to bring a child into this world, that child will automatically be a sinner. Like the day that they will be born, they will actually be a sinner. So I actually need to introduce them to Jesus so that Jesus will save them from, it doesn't make sense, man. Ask yourself this question: why does this religion only apply to human? I mean, there are many animals that are doing a lot of messed up things, but this religion only applies to humans. And there are people who are living in tribes where they've never heard about Jesus, so it doesn't apply to them. And Christians will say, oh, those people who are living in tribes and they've never heard about Jesus, they're going to go to heaven, like they're going to automatically go to heaven. But doesn't that tell you that you have done something wrong by telling me about Jesus? Think about it. You tell people about Jesus, and by you telling them about Jesus, you're automatically saying they must accept him or go to hell, because you've told them about Jesus. Like, why do you tell them? If I want to save my child, like if I brought a child into this world, the best way to save them from hell is by not telling them about Jesus. Wouldn't you agree? I just decided I'm not going to tell them about Jesus. They should know nothing about Jesus, so that when they die, God is going to be like, oh, yeah, yeah, they didn't know about Jesus, so it happened. So they automatically go to heaven. Like, the whole thing is dumb. If you're not authentic, you're not going to realize that it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. It's wrong on so many levels. Like, you need to be real and stop believing in nonsense, man. Be so damn real, bruh. Be so damn authentic that if something is not true, you don't love it. You don't don't try to justify something that doesn't make sense just because you've been won over by it. But you must also realize that some people are so damn fake, or they can't be authentic, so they have to believe in these damn religions. But if you are authentic, you don't need to believe in any religion. Because you can free yourself by just being authentic, by being a non-believer. And when I say be a non-believer, I mean you mustn't believe that, like, you mustn't believe the tricks that the matrix is going to, like, play on you. Like, when people make you think that you weird, you're not good enough, you're a failure, you're not strong enough, you're crazy. You know what you should tell yourself? Tell yourself that even if you're weak, even if you're not strong enough, even if you are not fitting in, it's fine. You are being you. You are being yourself. You are being authentic. If the world wants you to change, the world should convince you to change. Does that make sense? Like, the world shouldn't force you to change. It should convince you to change. There's a difference between forcing someone to change and convincing them to change. If I'm wrong, someone must be able to convince me. They should have a deep conversation with me and say, hey, man, you are wrong about this. You are wrong about the things that you're saying. Here's why I say that you're wrong. And they must make more sense than me. If they don't make more sense than me, it means that I'm right. I will know if a person is making more sense than me, because I'm not attached to anything. I'm not attached to any belief system. I'm not afraid of realizing that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. I'll laugh at myself, actually, because there are things that I've been kind of wrong about in the past, and I would laugh at myself. Like, yo, I was wrong about this. But now I've been so damn right that I'm actually used to being right. But yeah, there are things that I've been wrong about in the past. What I'm looking for is the truth. I'm not looking for comfort. I don't care if I'm wrong. Uh, I will admit that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Like, I don't care if, like, I don't care about being right. Let me put it that way. I don't care about, like, it's not about being right. It's about um, it's about what the truth is. So if I'm wrong, I'm gonna admit that I'm wrong. If I ever realize that I was wrong about something that I've told you guys, I would actually come to you. I would actually tell you guys that I'm sorry. I was wrong about this and that, and I have misled some people because I was very confident that I'm actually right. So I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm afraid of being fake. So if you tell me that I'm wrong and what you're saying really, really makes sense, I'm going to admit that I'm wrong. The problem is that I've been so damn right that it's hard for me to take other people seriously, especially if they don't agree with me, because I know that not that many people care about the truth. Not that many people in this world that we live in actually care about the truth. There are very few people who actually care about the truth. A lot of people just want to survive, bruh. A lot of people just want to make money. They just want to get the things that they want so that they'll be happy, but they don't really care about the truth. But I do care about the truth. I've always cared about the truth. It doesn't really matter to me what the truth is. As long as I know that what I found is the truth, I'm okay. If I'm dating a girl and she's cheating on me, I would want to know, even if it means that the relationship is going to end, if I know that she's cheating on me. And if I don't know that she's cheating on me, the relationship is not going to end, and she's going to dump the person that she was cheating on me with, and she's going to love me again. So I shouldn't like focus on, like, no, I want the truth, even if it means I'm going to lose the person that I love. You see, like, to me, it's all about the truth. If the person that I love cheats on me because, well, I was an asshole, I want to know that the person that I love cheated on me because I was an asshole, and I can take him back still. I don't have this big ass ego where I'm like, oh no, once you cheat this and that, it means this and that. Like, I'm too damn conscious that I don't follow a certain formula. Like, the way that I live life is like I improvise. Let me put it that way. Like, when I encounter a problem, I improvise. I don't go like, okay, this is how I've handled this problem before, so I must handle it the same way that I've handled it before. Like, no, I improvise. I try to study the situation and then improvise. I've always trusted myself because of how good I am, like, at improvising, at coming up with the best solutions. But yeah, I mean, try to be real, try to be yourself, try to be authentic, try to embrace your truth. If other people are not as real as you are, you don't have to change and become like them in order to be accepted, in order to be loved. You don't need to be accepted by people who are not operating at your level of consciousness. If they're not operating at your level of consciousness, they're not operating at your level of consciousness. Imagine if you lived in a world that was dominated by animals that are less conscious than you, and you felt like to survive you must be like them. You can see that the way that they do things doesn't make sense, but you're like, I gotta be like them. What can I do? I need to survive. Like, nah, man. You gotta be you, even if it means that you're going to suffer. It needs to get to a point where you are not afraid of suffering. If you are suffering for something that is true, that is really, really important. You need to get to a point where you are not afraid of suffering if you are suffering for something that is actually true. Don't be afraid of this matrix. This matrix, what it wants is to make you less conscious so that it will be able to control you. It can only control you the way that it wants to control you if you are less conscious than you are. So, be as real as possible. If you are wrong about something and someone tell you that you're wrong, ask them why they think you're wrong. See if they understand something that you do not understand. When I say be yourself, I don't mean be an asshole or never listen to other people. No, it's possible that someone might understand things that you don't understand. So learn to have real conversations with other people. See if they are telling you things that make more sense than what you think. See if they're saying things that actually make more sense than what you think, so that you'll grow. There are some things that you are not aware of. But only change when you are convinced. Don't change just because you are afraid. Don't change just because they make you feel insecure. Change because you are convinced that what this person is saying is the truth. What this person is saying makes more sense than what I used to think. This person is more right than I was. You see? Thank you all, guys.